Good day, everybody, and welcome to the Dune Imperium stream. All right, and we are in. Let me know in the chat what leader you'd like me to play. It's not guaranteed that I'll go for it, but I'll consider it. Let's see here. Ooh, Chom directorship right here. Thufir Hawat right here as well. Some big cards there. Helena being snatched immediately to try to get them, I think. Let's see. I feel like I haven't played Memnon or Leto in a while. Maybe Leto. I think it's been a while since I've played Leto. So I'm just going to go for that. Black Shadow. Yeah, I haven't played on Tabletop Simulator. I have Tabletop Simulator. I love Tabletop Simulator. But I've been kind of staying away from it mostly because people tend to play with the expansions there with the Rise of Ix and Immortality. And I'm trying to keep myself kind of pure from those experiences. I want to experience them like in person with my friends before I get too into it. On Tabletop Simulator. And then when Rise of Ix comes out for this, then, you know, I'll get into that, but I kind of want to take them one at a time. And I've been loving just, you know, going really deep with the base game. All right, we've got a Spice Skirmish to start with. Okay, now I am the third player. I have a shot at Thufir Hawat, maybe. I do have both convincing arguments in hand right now. Hello, Olaf Klein. Nice to see you. All right, so what am I looking to do here? Well, I want to use the diplomacy, and probably I'm going to want to send it to wealth. Then maybe I want to use my Dune to go to Imperial Basin or secure contract with that. Yeah, that's going to be gone. All right. Yeah, I'm going to go straight for wealth and just get that done. And then I'm going to hope that I can get maybe Haga Basin, actually, if I can get away with it. Now, the thing is, if I do that, I'm going to be putting myself out of range of Thufir. So I'm kind of curious to see if Helena is going to use a signet ring to, you know, bump one of these big cards off, and that might influence what I get up to. She doesn't use it. Black Shadow, you've been playing a lot of Uprising. Yeah, the base game, I mean, it's such a brilliant game. I mean, it really is. It's like, you know, definitely one of, if not the, you know, best board game I think I've ever seen in terms of just like a brilliant design that is so interesting, and you can play it again and again and again and keep learning more and more. And, you know, there's so much to do and to learn with it. And I feel like, you know, some people like to throw in expansions immediately. But when you do that, you're robbing yourself of an experience as well, because it's not just adding more, it takes away as well as adding more, and it changes things in a way. So you're playing different games, and I just really have been appreciating, you know, going deep on the base game before getting too much into the expansions. I've played Rise of Ix in person probably 4 or 5 times, and it's definitely interesting, but still love just the base game. Gary the Rat, you just recently got into it and you can't get enough? Yeah, I understand. I totally understand. Okay, so my decision now is... Actually, I don't have much of a decision to make. I mean, I could like Mentat if I wanted to get crazy. But I'm going to go straight for Haga Basin. And I think I'm just going to throw in one troop here. I'm unlikely to beat Helena, and one troop right now is going to get me 2 spice. And if I get... I mean, I could try to beat her with the dagger, but she's got another round to go. So I'm honestly quite happy with 2 spice anyway. So I'm just going to go with that. Hey, Ruben and AR. Thanks for tuning in. So I'm really happy about this single troop for a couple of spice. I'm going to be ready to sell big time melange next round. And the good news is I could theoretically sell 3 melange and still have 1 spice left over for my signet ring, which would be fantastic. So just to remind anyone, Leto's signet ring is you can pay a spice to gain 1 influence with a faction where an opponent has more factions than you. All right, so we're going to reveal. And what happened? Who picked up... okay, Paul picked up Thufir. So this is interesting now because I either pick a single 3-cost card. I like both of these. Or I pick up 2 2-cost cards, and I think I'm going to go that way. We're going to start with the Voice and an Arrakis Liaison and just pump a little bit more persuasion into the deck right off the bat. And, you know, maybe that lets me get a Chom Directorship. Maybe that lets me get a Gurney Halleck. So Helena didn't have the Signet Ring this round, so we're going to have to look out for her using it next round. And we'll see what she decides to do with it. Considering there's now a Kwisatz Haderach ready to go. So I'm pretty happy with getting that persuasion, and it depending on how things go, this may even be another game where I get a High Council seat before I get a Swordmaster. That happened last week in my game with Paul, and it worked out. We'll see if it happens this time. Now, I don't have a lot of persuasion in my hand, so maybe not. All right. Now, how am I going to want to do this? I think I'm going to start with the Signet Ring and take the Freeman Alliance with it. Oh, because I want to sell Melange before Helena gets a chance. I don't know that she'll necessarily want to sell 2, but she might. And I just want to make sure I can do that. So it would be Signet Ring to sell Melange, pay an extra spice, go up 1 with the Freeman. Next turn would be Dagger to Swordmaster, and then seek allies to somewhere. That's sort of the plan here. So let's do this. I'm going to sell 3. Okay, it did that for me because that was the only spot I could do it, I guess. All right, so step 1 complete. Yeah, Black Shadow, I know you run tournaments on tabletop. I've seen a couple of your videos. It's been a while because, again, I'm trying to kind of stay clean in terms of my experience with the expansions, but I watched a couple a while back. It's good stuff. Okay, so a lot of faction spaces are getting gobbled up by the other players right now, but it looks like I'll probably still have a wealth or... well, I don't know if I should say probably. We'll see. I mean, wealth could get snagged and secrets could get snagged, so I may have trouble actually using the Seek Allies, which would be unfortunate, but we'll just have to wait and see. Paul goes to Research Station. So that tells me that Paul is really looking to pick up a big card here. I mean, there's good options available. And he's going hard on the conflict. Very interesting. Okay, let's get that Swordmaster. Yeah, I'm just like still thinking about whether I wanted to do the High Council, but all right. I'm kind of thinking that when I went to sell Melange, I maybe should have just sold 4 and, you know, forgone my opportunity with that faction, just because it would mean I'd already have enough Solari to also get the High Council seat, you know, because Leto gets a discount, right? All of these Landsrad spaces are 1 Solari cheaper for Leto. And so if I had sold 4 spice instead of 3, I'd have 2 extra Solari right now. I'd have enough for both. And, you know, theoretically I could make up for that faction bit later. Okay, well, I can go to secrets, so I'm gonna do that. I could do something else, but this is what I'm gonna do. All right, calculated higher. Okay, not my favorite card, especially for Leto, who, you know, I've got other things to do with my spice, and the Mentat is cheaper for Leto anyway, but it can be, you know, it can be nice to have sometimes. Big cards are just continuing to pop up here. Well, normally I'd say Guild Administrator is a no-brainer, but given what's going on, honestly, the Arrakis Liaison is a consideration. But I have to take the Administrator. Just getting some Guild faction access into the deck is so important. And, you know, if I get to trash a couple of weak cards along the way, then that's great too. Guild Ambassador has popped up. That's a pretty nice card for me, because that's a great card to send to the Mentat. Have I played Dune Imperium before the digital app? Yeah. I picked it up last summer, and I'd played it probably like a total of 5 times, maybe, before the digital version came out. Maybe 6, something like that. Maybe 10. I don't know. Anyway, not a lot, but enough to know that I definitely wanted to pick up the digital version when it came out. Okay, so... okay, no faction cards here. I think... I could go to Imperial Basin right now and spend one of those spices to jump up on the Imperial track and kind of keep up with that. Or go up Guild. The thing is, though, I really want to get this High Council seat. And so to do that, I need Solari. And so, unfortunately, I am going to pass that up. And I'm just going to go here. I'm not going to be able to activate the Signet Ring, but that's just how it is. Oh, we've got the little-known Tony Atreides in the game here. We all remember Tony Atreides' key role. Ruben, they haven't given a firm date on expansions, but they said they hope to have Rise of Ix out in the summer. So, you know, we'll see. Could be next month, could be in 3 months, could be delayed even more. We don't know. So I think what I want to do next is reconnaissance to Arakeen to draw a card, because maybe a card plus the High Council seat will be enough for something interesting here. And so far, no one else has the ability to go to High Council, so I'm going to prioritize getting Arakeen. Okay, there's 2 persuasion. Do I want to get in on this? Everybody has 1 agent remaining. Only the Baron and I have troops, but I can easily change. I'm going to put in 1 and just see what that does for me. We'll send in a little exploratory troop. Somebody's going to pick up a fat load of spice here. Probably the Baron. Maybe Paul. All right, Helena's selling it all. Selling it all. I also played a couple of games recently where it was the base game with just the extra cards from Rise of Ix. So the Imperium cards, the Intrigue cards, and the conflicts, but none of the extra boards, like no shipping track, no technologies, and then no cards that had anything to do with those, dreadnoughts or technologies or whatever. And that was pretty interesting. It was interesting to have like the extra variety in the base game from the extra cards without like complicating it too much with the other mechanics. I was teaching the game to new people and I didn't want to take out everything, but wanted to start them without having to worry about the shipping track and everything. And that was fun. I liked it. Okay, so this is actually looking really exciting. Okay, tell me now, do you think I should get Chom Directorship or Kwisatz Haderach? Because I think I can get one of them. I think I can get one of these this turn. This round, I should say. We'll see. Paul has 8 cards in hand, so I may not have an option, but if I get the option, I'm curious to hear your thoughts on it. Looks like I'm getting another good value from my single troop in the conflict here. All right, let's see what Paul takes. I mean, Paul's probably going to take the Kwisatz Haderach if he can, just because it's, very thematic, right? He's already got Thufir Hawat working for him. Okay, there it is. Which one does he go for? He takes the directorship. Okay. Well, that suits me just fine. So the Kwisatz Haderach, it turns out, was 1 generation early, or in fact 2 generations early, according to the books. All right, boom. And there's Jessica. Oh boy. All right, so with that, yeah, Paul jumps up on a whole bunch of faction tracks there, which is very exciting for him. The Atreides men here taking a bunch of intrigue cards. Paul could take the Freeman Alliance right now if he wants to. And he does. Huge move for Paul. Look at this fat load of spice still here. I really thought somebody would take it that round. But it's just going to keep building. Oh, and to demand respect. Oh my god. That is nuts. Paul gained 6 influence that round. At least, right? He may have even sent an agent to one of these spaces as well. I wasn't paying attention. That's crazy. Crazy, crazy. Okay, that's a nice card to have. Now, I would love to get Jessica over here. But it's not going to happen. Not going to happen. There are interesting other options. Okay, so what am I doing this round? We've got a bunch of Solari here, which is not super high priority for me, but I wouldn't mind picking up some. I'd love to get another, single troop for second place. All right, so the guild administrator is going to want to go to fold space. Diplomacy. Diplomacy, I think I want to send to wealth to try to compete on this track, since I do have the favored subject. So I'm going to do that right now. And we're going to end that turn. Yeah, I mean, the Freeman would have been a good choice, definitely, as well. It would get me a water. It would open up Siege Tabor, but I'm potentially in place to get the Emperor Alliance this round, right? If I can activate the favored subject and get Liet Kynes, which is, it's a long shot. It's not a guarantee by any means that that can happen, but it's possible. And that's what I'm aiming for. I could also do a Mentat here. What would I draw? An Arrakis Liaison? That could be handy. Okay, Mentat is gone. So that's not going to happen. I may want to go to Hall of Oratory if I get the chance. But the priority is fold space, just to make sure I can do that. Although, it's kind of awkward because I would like to trash that dagger. Maybe I risk it and hope nobody else goes to fold space. Okay, Paul is really trying to hammer that home. Yeah, I'm going to risk it. I'm going to do it this way. Oh, I do have a discard pile. True. For some reason, I forgot about that. Well, I hope it'll be all right. I mean, if I... my throat is a bit weird right now. You know, if that does end up getting blocked, then, you know, I can send the administrators somewhere else. They have somewhere else they can go. Olivier says, trash the Quissats to send a message. Yeah, that would be quite a message. That idea tends to get suggested maybe every time I have the opportunity to do that. I haven't done it yet, but one of these days. Maybe near the end of the game, if you know, if like it's like a late game, you know, a late game selective breeding or something like that, or a late game hayliner, maybe. AR glasses? No, fold space is gone. Okay, well, it's unfortunate. It is unfortunate, but it is what it is. But it's looking... No. Everything is falling apart. Everything is falling apart. Okay. I think I want that spice more than I want that Solari right now. And I can throw in one troop to get a couple extra Solari if I want to as well. I could also just early reveal if I really wanted to get Stilgar, but I don't think I'm going to do that. So we'll do this. We'll trash a dagger. I am going to deploy one troop. And now I'm not going to bother using the favorite subject right here. Hey, GSP Sim Racing. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Welcome. Also, let me take this opportunity to welcome our two newest YouTube members, Rusty's Pit and Indrek. Thank you very much for becoming a member. Hope you enjoy your exclusive videos and fancy emotes. I appreciate your support. Thank you. Tony Atreides having a hard time deciding what to do here. All right. Well, the stuff I really wanted is gone, but that happens. Okay, so I have interesting decisions to make here. Shifting allegiances could be good. It could help me get one of these alliances. It could help me get... Yeah, you know what? Let me go for a shifting allegiances. And do I want another guild administrator? I mean, the trashing is kind of nice because it'll bring my Kwisatz Haderach back around a little bit more, so I'm going to do it. We'll see how that pans out, but that's what I'm going to do. See, so I'm Guild Bankers. Yeah, I mean, Guild Bankers is a good card for sure. I thought about it. I thought about it. All right. I pick up 2 Solari. AR, you're asking for the glasses? By my calculations, we still have a chance at all 4 alliances, although the chances of picking up all 4 are 1 in 1 and 400,000. I'm not sure that was a real statistic. All right, Baron picks up the High Council here, activates his scheme. All right, so taking a look at my cards, I've got a Diplomacy, I've got a Signet Ring. Okay, so I can take the Emperor Alliance here. If I go Diplomacy, I mean, I'm going to end up with more Solari than I can really use, but I mean, I'll put it to use at some point. But yeah, I can go Wealth and then Favored Subject and grab that alliance. So I think that's what I want to do if I can. I mean, I know it's leaving me away from this this Freeman thing and the water. I'm just kind of ignoring the water, which, you know, it has a cost, right? Because I do want spice. I can get the alliance with the ring as well. That is a good point. That is a really good point. I mean, I have a lot of places I can use the ring. But it means I don't have to go here and get Solari, which is interesting. It does mean that it, you know, Kiss 32 can go to Wealth to kind of... It makes it easier for her to fight me on it. You know what I mean? But it is an interesting idea. Mentat. I like that. Let's do that. All right, let's get a card. A voice. All right, let's do this. And let's use the favored subject and become very good friends with the Emperor. Cool. I like it. Sylvain, what do you think of that move? I just got alliance with the Emperor. He's like, we're good friends now.
It's a great idea. It's good to be friends with the Emperor.
Whoa. Sylvain, I didn't know you spoke English. Sylvain, I thought you only spoke French.
Ben oui, c'est vrai que je parle français, mais je peux parler anglais aussi.
Wow. All this time. That's amazing. Your voice sounds a little bit different in English. You know that?
Yeah, well, you know, I have kind of an accent.
It's not really an accent. It's like your voice is... Anyways, it's cool. Sorry, I don't mean to criticize your voice, Sylvain. Thanks for learning another language for us. Josiah, have you watched the movies? No, I have not. I have not watched the movies. I love the books too much to watch the movies, if you know what I mean. I believe the movies are good. They look good. People have told me they're great. I believe it. But the books are kind of too precious to me. And no matter how good the movies are, I'm the kind of person that I love the book so much, I would still be like annoyed by things I felt like they didn't do properly, or characters I thought they didn't get right, or things they left out that I thought were important. Like, if I could erase my memory of the books and then watch the movies and then erase my memory of the movies and regain my memory of the books, I would do it. But that's not one of the options at this point in time. Okay, Baron is going big time here. Baron hit the Hayliner. He's closing in on a Space and Guild alliance. He's thrown in a whole bunch of troops. He wants to get control of Carthag, which is understandable. But that is a big investment. All right. I think I'm going to go to secrets here. And we're going to get a water of life. That is a nice thing to have. I have no water, but I do have life. So yeah, not having spice it's a bit rough because, selective breeding is a really great thing for me since I have a Kwisatz Haderach in my deck. But unfortunately, I've been kind of poor on the spice due to my decision making here. Do I want to use... Hey, there's a power play there. I'm probably not going to get it. Let's go to Arakeen. See what we get. You know what? I am going to put in a troop because it's a spice, and I kind of need every spice I can get right now. I could use the voice to get to selective breeding. No, I cannot. The voice doesn't have a Bene Gesserit access on it. I can go to cities, or I can go to spice trade spots. What am I going to do with my final agent? I mean, there are some interesting cards here. Oh, I could have gone to voice first and then done it? Yeah, you're right. That could have been a good move. All right. So I've got to think about how much... I mean, I could go to Hall of Oratory and then get a Spice Must Flow. That is an option. Alternatively, I could pick up a Guild Bankers. I could get a Reverend Mother. That might help me get an alliance. Could also theoretically get me a bunch of persuasion to combo with the Bankers. Well, either way, we're going to do this. And see what happens. Hey, Adam Linhart, you finally made it to the first stream after so many watched videos. Well, hello to you. I'm glad you could make it to a stream. And I appreciate that you've been watching the videos. I'm glad you've been enjoying things here. All right, space travel gone. Let's see what else is gone. Bene Gesserit's sister is gone. All right, so do I just get a spice must flow here? I kind of think so. The guild bankers is interesting because maybe I end up getting more spice must flows, but it's got to pay itself back. The Reverend Mother is also interesting. I'm just going to take a spice must flow. We'll get the point, and honestly, the little spice on reveal might be helpful for me. So we're just going to do it that way. Yeah, Black Shadow, I went with the hard point. But, I was considering the Reverend Mother could help me get the Bene Gesserit Alliance. That plus the guild bankers, if they combo together, could theoretically end up getting me more spice must flows, but... All right, we have 2 guild administrators here. Now, I kind of want this 2 spice, to be honest with you. But I think I have to take the fold space while I can, because I've been I've been missing that. So I'm just going to do it. All right, let's get rid of this dagger here. And we'll leave it at that. So, I typically try to get to 6 spice by the time round 7 rolls around so that I can hit up Hayliner and win a 2-point conflict. It's not going to happen this game. But I'm still eyeing this Imperial Basin if nobody else takes it. But it has been taken. So my options are a bit limited. Okay, well, I had a dream. Rally troops would be nice, Josiah, but I don't have a card that can actually take me there right now. If I did, I would probably go to Mentat. My only option is, I could sell Meland, which I'm not going to do. But I'm just going to go to secure contract, trash another card. I guess probably the reconnaissance. And then it's probably just going to be an early reveal, unfortunately. There's an argument to actually trash the spice must flow. Persuasion could be better than that spice, but I'm going to hang on to that. I'm going to hang on to it because I do have a shifting allegiances. I have Water of Life. I've got all these things that want spice. I'd love to get some water here, but I can't get any troops in. And the signet ring needs it, exactly. And, you know, I'd like to selective breeding or something, so... all right, so Kwisatz Haderach is coming up along with shifting allegiances. Now, what can I get done with that shifting allegiances? Maybe I can get the Guild Alliance next round. Maybe. I can afford to lose an influence with the Bene Gesserit at this point, since that alliance is basically gone. And I can get that point back. But I'm a little bit nervous about the amount of points building up on the other players. Paul now at 7 victory points. Now, he is basically maxed as far as influence points goes. He could theoretically get the Guild Alliance, but, you know, he already has 2 alliances. He already has the point everywhere, so his growth in terms of victory points is a little bit stunted. So his points now have to come from conflicts, and spice must flow, basically. Unfortunately, I'm in no position. I mean, I'm in kind of an okay position for conflicts, given that I have a lot of troops in my garrison relative to the other players, but I have no good way of throwing them in. I don't have any water for a hardy warriors. I don't have spice for a hayliner. So, yeah, I feel like I'm a bit behind, and I'm still in it, but I'm not super optimistic, let's say. I'm going to put a poll up on YouTube here. Am I going to win this game? So as of right now, yes or no, am I going to win this game? I'm curious to see what you think. All right, so I have to early reveal, unfortunately. And at this point, I am going to take the bankers because I think my route to victory here involves getting really lucky with my cards. And so I think I have to get lucky and buy like a couple of Spice Must Flows at once. I don't love clogging up the deck with Arrakis Liaison right now. But I don't want Assassination Mission. Okay. Ooh, rapid mobilization comes in for Helena. All right, looks like 75% no. I'm not going to win this game. I also voted no. But it's not over till it's over. And the nice thing is all the players are still in the game. No one has quit. I appreciate that. Gurney Halleck. Is Paul looking to win this conflict? He has 3 intrigue cards. I'd be a little bit worried if he does, because he's already the victory point leader here. Now, in terms of where my points are going to come from, I have 1 here with the Freeman. I have 1 here with the Guild. Maybe I can get a Guild Alliance. Demand Respect was a card that Paul played earlier. You think Paul has staged incident? Yeah, that would make sense. All right, Helena going to pick up a Spice Must Flow here, I think. Currently looking to win the conflict, which is kind of the best case scenario, I guess, for me. I spoke too soon about nobody having quit the game. Looks like Tony Atreides has disconnected. Okay, no, looks like Paul has intrigue cards. He's going for it here. With the private army as well. Josiah, have I ever wondered if someone was watching my stream while playing? Honestly, oh, a private army in return. Very nice. Yeah, it's something, you know, obviously it's something that could happen. It's just not something I'm, you know, I hope people don't do it. I don't want them to do it. It's not cool, but, you know, it's either don't live stream the game or just accept that that might happen. This is a huge 1-point battle for sure. Yeah, I know there's like a black circle and a red circle, and I'm not entirely sure how that works. Like, if you Alt F4, what does it do? You know, I don't know. When they get taken over by AI, it turns black, but it may not turn black until that happens. I'm not sure. Oh, he's back. Looks like Tony is back. And it's a battle for Carthag. All right, well, I've got a bunch of cards here now. Okay. If only I could get all this spice, but unfortunately, it's not something that I can do. I've got Shifting Allegiances, I've got Guild Administrator, I've got Guild Bankers, I've got Kwisatz Haderach. Holy smokes. Holy smokes. Okay, I think I want to go Fold Space with the Administrator and leave myself an opportunity for Shifting Allegiances to steal or to get that alliance. So I'm just going to do that right away. Unfortunately, I have really nothing I can trash, so I will decline. Yeah, this is a fight that I can maybe try to go for. Nobody else has any troops. So I can shifting allegiances to maybe Imperial Basin. I can fold space to one of the cities, perhaps. I do also want to get this Freeman spot. If I go to still suits, actually, that opens up party warriors as well. Yeah, battle intrigues were just burned. All right, looks like the numbers are shifting a little bit in terms of the poll. Down to 64% no from 75% earlier. Now, Helena does have 6, so she can go for a Hayliner. It's going to be tricky for me to top that, but it's maybe possible. Okay, I'm going to do this. We'll get my point there. We'll throw in a couple of troops. I've got a water. I can now go to Hardy Warriors with the Kwisatz Haderach. I do have a Water of Life as well, which could potentially get me a Spice Must Flow. Do I want to take the calculated higher? I don't think I do, because I may want to shifting allegiances to Mentat. We'll see. We'll see. Right, so there's Hayliner. Now, unfortunately, that means... I... Oh no, okay. Whoops, I thought Helena was green there. So I do still have an option for that alliance. It's theoretically possible that I can win the game this round. It's theoretically possible. I wouldn't say it's amazingly likely, but it could happen. Now, it's a little awkward. Like, I'd kind of like to go to Hardy Warriors to block Helena from potentially going there, but if I want to shifting allegiances, well... Okay, so I'm considering shifting allegiances to Imperial Basin. Or I'm also considering just early Kwisatz Haderach to Hardy Warriors, just to make sure Helena can't do it herself. Mentat could be good. I'm going to do it this way. And it's a little awkward there, but going to do it like this. Ooh. Ah. So that blocks my ability to throw in more troops, unfortunately. Ah. Oh no. That hurts. That hurts. Now, do I shifting allegiances and take it right back? That's a question I have to think about. I think I do. Oh, that's rough. That's rough because she got the troops out of that. That hurts. So, yeah, I'm going to shift allegiances to Mentat, I think. And then we'll see where we're at. All right, so let's go ahead and use the Mentat, and we'll see what we get. Let's draw our card. Diplomacy. Okay, that's kind of cool, I guess. Right, so we can lose this Freeman point. We can take this Emperor's Alliance right back. All right, so that Emperor's Alliance is locked up now. Now, unfortunately, it looks like Helena is going to win this conflict. Do I have any way of stopping it? Not really. But the good news is I can at least go to Fold Space and get me closer to this Guild Alliance. It gives me a shot at it. Okay, so there are a lot of potential options here. Okay. With the guild bankers, I don't really have a way of getting a spice must flow. I could go to secrets. Like, that is an interesting suggestion. Maybe I get a combat intrigue card. It's kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting. You know what? Let's try it. Let's try it. Oh. Didn't work. Do I want another voice? I don't think so. I think we'll just stop there. Okay, so unfortunately it didn't work out. Yeah, I mean it was worth a shot, I guess. There were options there, especially knowing that Helena had already revealed has no intrigue cards. It was worth a shot. Now, unfortunately, it means that I gave up the opportunity of potentially, you know, getting this guild alliance. But you know, it is what it is, and you know, yeah, it might come in handy next round. We'll see. Now, unfortunately, I have 4 intrigue cards now, which is something that I didn't really take into account, so that's a little bit rough. It's a little bit rough. Secrets just waiting to be taken. I don't really want to lose any of them, but probably I will. All right. Now, if I can get myself some spice, I can Hayliner here. So that's the good news. The bad news is it's going to be hard for me to get spice. I have to kind of go to I have to send Signet Ring to Siege Tabor to get water. Then I need to go to Haga Basin to get the spice. If I'm able to do that, that would be very nice. Baron selling some melange here. Baron, notice, has not picked up a Swordmaster. He's gone for a no Swordmaster game, but it looks like maybe he's decided it's time for a late Swordmaster. All right, it looks like I've dodged the secrets here, which is pretty lucky. Pretty lucky. The issue is I don't really want to use these. I might end up just using an urgent mission. Okay. So we've got to pick up some water here. And I'm not going to bother deploying those troops at this time. I'm going to take that guild influence. Now, I'm just going to immediately recall that agent. I could gamble that because nobody went there, it means nobody's going to bother going there, but I don't feel great about that. So I'm just going to do it, even though it's kind of rough because I don't even really have good use for another agent. But I don't want to give it to somebody else. Yeah, there's the secrets play. One thing I think is a little bit weird with the UI is it shows the other players' alliances above their card here. And I wish it did the same thing for me. I keep looking and going, oh, I don't have any alliances, but it's like it's down here for some reason. I feel like just put it in the same place for everybody. All right, so I really want this Haga Basin. I really want it, but it may not be there. Okay, so Baron does decide to get a very late Swordmaster. Here's the deck. I've got 2 Arrakis Liaisons and a Voice. So, I mean, Water of Life would get me a lot of cards. It would mean I'd be able to get a Spice Must Flow. Paul going to Hardy Warriors. Now, does a Hayliner even overcome that at this point? Well, I have to try. Okay, so we pick up our Spice. And we see what happens with it. Still not going to deploy any troops. Definitely not going to use the calculated hire. Unfortunately, I don't have enough spice to activate the Allied Armada. It's going to be really tight here because Paul still has another agent. He has 5 cards in hand. He has 1 intrigue card. So it's going to be pretty hard to beat him. I could end up losing because of using that, because of taking my agent off Siege Tabard, because that opens up a spot for Paul to put in another troop. That could end up costing me, and it's something I did consider at the time, that I didn't really want to do it. Use the Hayliner water to get 3 spice. The problem is I have no more cards. I have no more cards to use. Oh no, yeah, you're right. The water I can use with Water of Life. That'll get me some cards. Okay. So the Water of Life can get me cards, but I'm still not going to be able to get enough spice for the Allied Armada, but maybe it means I can throw in an extra troop somehow. Ugh. All right, Paul Atreides. CD, draw your cards via water intrigue. Well, I don't have water to actually use it yet. I have to go to Hayliner first. Okay, Paul goes to secure contract. Interesting. Everyone's saying good game. I feel like it's not quite over yet. But I don't know. Everyone seems to know something I don't. Well, the trash probably doesn't matter here. I mean, I guess good game because the game is over regardless. Somebody's going to win it this round. All right, let's put on the sunglasses and see. Let's get ready for this. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be, Sylvain? Okay, Paul has 3 swords on reveal. That's not good. Oh no, I don't have any more spice for the water of life. No. No. Oh no. Well, we tried. We tried. Well, it was a close one. It was a close one. And unfortunately, even with my 3 intrigue cards, couldn't quite make it happen. Oh, and to the victor go the spoils. To the victor goes the spoils, I guess. Go? Spoils is plural. Okay. Well, I mean, that was a tight game. It was an interesting game. A lot of different decisions could have been made in a lot of different places. You know, plenty of times I could have done one thing, decided to do another, and sometimes it worked out, sometimes it didn't work out, but that's how it goes. Congratulations to Averuncus Deus 89 for the nice victory on Paul Atreides. Well played by Kiss32 and Tony Atreides. And unfortunately, I come in third with Leto. That was a fun game. All right. Well, let's continue. Let's continue on. What do you say? Shall we play another? What do you say, Sylvain? Shall we play another game?
Yeah, let's play another game.
Sylvain, I'm not sure about this voice of yours. Sorry. I'm sorry, Sylvain. That's really not very nice of me. You never complain about my voice, and here I am critiquing yours. All right. So I'm going to create a game here, and I'm going to switch colors just so I don't get too used to anything. I'm going to pick blue for myself this time. We'll pop it up. All right. We got some quick joiners here. Black Shadow has joined the game. All right. See you in a bit, Black Shadow. Good luck. We've got a few other players I've played with in here as well. Okay, so taking a look at the Imperium row, Opulence, Gunthopter, Freeman Camp, Arrakis Recruiter. Opulence obviously being the big target there. Let me know if anyone has any preferences. You know what? I'm leaning towards a Memnon. I haven't played Memnon in a long time, so I'm just going to do it. Just going to do it. All right, let's see what I get. Hopefully I get a nice combo of cards that can let me get an early Swordmaster. It didn't happen. I needed my Signet Ring. I mean, I can still do some interesting things, but it's not really what I wanted. Okay, so Taravangian, who I've played a few games with at this point, going for the early Master Stroke on Baron. How do I want to play this now? Maybe I go just a still suits great flat. And just, the problem is I have 2 daggers in my hand. That really sucks. But next turn I can do a Selmelange Swordmaster with the Signet Ring. So I'm just going to do it that way. It's been a while since I've actually done the move this way. I'm going to throw in... I'm going to throw in 2. I have the 2 daggers here. And we'll just see how that goes. I guess I could have waited because I am planning to go to Great Flat. So I should have waited. Should have waited, but I can throw in 1 more at that point if I really want to. But it would have made more sense to just throw in a 1, actually, not 2. Okay, Baron going really hard here. I'm gonna avoid throwing in that one. Black Shadow on Beast Raban here. Possibly considering whether he wants to go in on the conflict, but decides to do a Mentat. Now that is a pretty interesting move on round 1. Curious about that. It lets him see what I have in terms of my, strength if he wants to try to go in on this. But I don't know. I'd be curious to know what his reasoning is there. Anyway, unfortunately, I've got a very weak persuasion here. I can't even get anything. So we're just going to end the round. But yeah, burning the 2 Solari early is an interesting decision. I wonder if it means he's not even going to try to get Swordmaster. Hall of Oratory. Aha! Goes for the early opulence. That's a big play. Okay, so that's what it was about. The idea there was to get a round 1 opulence, which I definitely respect. Okay, so I get 2 extra Solari. I do get a Poison Snooper, which is a nice card. And I'm going to immediately sell Melange. And I'm now ready for Swordmaster and then Diplomacy somewhere. Geel Sand Witch. Gilles Sandwich on Ilban Richese. Okay, taking a look over at the Imperium row, we've got Gurney Halleck hanging out here. That's the big card at the moment. Gun Thopter, Freeman Camp, and 2 Arrakis recruiters. All right, Beast looking to pick up some points from the conflict. Yeah, now it's unfortunate that I couldn't get that signet ring prior to selling Melange. That would have been nice, but it didn't happen. I think I'm looking to target wealth with the diplomacy, if it's there. Get a couple more Solari, get closer to the High Council seat. Now, the Poison Snooper doesn't do anything right now because I don't actually have a top card of my deck. Any members in the chat? Let's see some members emotes here. We haven't had enough members emotes going on. All right. Well, for four, do I want a Spice Hunter? I almost never get Spice Hunter. Maybe I've got a shot with the Freeman there. You know what? Let's give it a shot. Let's give it a shot. We'll take a Spice Hunter. We'll take a Liaison. All right, we've got some emotes from the chat here. Master Tactician. Looks like Ilban's going to try to take this conflict. We'll see if Black Shadow has anything to counter. Looks like no. All right, Gilles Sandwich with the victory point and control of Imperial Basin. Beast picks up a couple of water. Baron also picks up some water, so a lot of water sitting around. If I can, I'd like to send Spice Hunter to Still Suits here. Unfortunately, Secure Contract is gone. Diplomacy to Wealth would also open up a High Council seat potentially. So I'm a little bit torn about my priorities here. Okay, well, Wealth is gone, so that simplifies that decision. Maybe I can get a couple of Solari out of this conflict. Yeah, I'll just throw it in. Is it a good time to use the poison snooper? Maybe. Not sure. All right, so it's going to be a high council seat, though I don't have to do it immediately. Aha, so here comes the opulence. Black Shadow now also sitting on enough Solari to pick up Swordmaster next round if he wants to. Okay. I think I better take this while I... Why did I think I had enough to do that? Why did I think I had enough? I don't have enough. Fold space, probably. Probably. I could try to get ahead there. And then maybe get that alliance when I pick up the High Council seat. But, yeah, we'll just go fold space. Yeah, see some. Maybe I was still thinking about being Leto where it costs 4. That could be it. Or maybe I felt like I already had the Solari. I don't know. I don't know. Now, what do I want to do with the Dune the Desert planet? It's either that or it could also just be a Hall of Oratory. Let's see what pops up. Okay, there is a 3-cost card there. That could be interesting. I could also use a Poison Snooper, but it's not really going to do much for me right here. Potentially trash a card I don't want. Potentially draw a card that doesn't really do a ton for me. I don't love the Imperial Basin just because it feeds a spice over there. And I think I want to hang on to this dagger just to see if I can eke it out against Ilban here. If I do this, I end up with no persuasion again. Ugh. It's a little painful. All right, I'm going to do it this way. Okay, that was the card I wanted. Spice Smugglers could be interesting. All right. Do I want Spice Smugglers or do I just want Arrakis Liaison? It's liaison. I feel like I don't have a lot of spice right now. Infantry is going to be a no for this game. Caesar, must be hard keeping track, voicing your thoughts, and playing at the same time. Yeah, it is an interesting challenge for sure. Okay, so there's the Solari that I think I was taking into account in terms of getting the High Council seat. Oh, demand respect. Okay. Where is that respect going to be demanded? All right. So the Emperor's Alliance is looking pretty beastie here. All right. Terrible purpose. I would think it's going to be a Swordmaster play from Beast. Yep. Now the question is, does Baron decide to grab a High Council seat right now, or does he hang on to the money for a next round Swordmaster? Yeah, it's not a bad time to use the Poison Snooper to trash that dagger, Sharon. Okay, so Baron picks up the bonus spice on Haga Basin. Pretty understandable play. Now, where am I going to want my influence? I could take it with Freeman and hope I can get that alliance. It's probably what I want to do. All right, I'm going to take my High Council seat right now before... Yeah, I'm just going to take it right now. It's honestly a bit of a difficult call because I do have points to get everywhere else. So how badly do I want to fight for this alliance? I don't know, but I'm going to go for it right now. I'm hoping that Arakeen is still available for me. And then if it is, what I'll probably do is use the Poison Snooper, trash the dagger, then go to Arakeen. And hopefully get something interesting. But Arakeen is gone. So that's not going to happen. AR, why with the ring? What was why with the ring? All right. It's Siege Tabor or it's Carthag here. Getting more water could be nice in terms of trying to make sure I can, use this. Also, opens me up for more spice soon. I'm going to do it that way. Do I want to throw in anything here? I'm going to put in one and see what that gets me. Why did I send this signet ring to the High Council seat? Well, the only other option was sending the liaison there, and I wanted to keep my persuasion high. But you're right in that it does cost me flexibility. I may honestly just really reveal here and get a Gurney Halleck and an Arrakis liaison. I think that's probably the play. Or, yeah, I could draw the dagger and just get a Spice Must Flow. That is an option as well. Yeah, Olivier, let's do it your way. Let's do it your way. Whoa, Ilban with a Hayliner here. Okay. Recall an agent. Does he want to send an agent right back to Arrakeen? Yeah. Okay, well, we reveal, we get a spice, which must flow. And we end the turn. Big swords here from Ilban. This is going to be Black Shadow's 5th agent of the round, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this is going to be the 5th one. Pretty wild. All right, so Jeel Sandwich takes a victory point and gets to trash a card. I end up with 1 spice, which is okay. Now, something that's a little bit of a problem for me is I have not picked up a lot in the way of faction access cards still. Okay, I'm on track to take the Freeman Alliance, which is good. Do I want to try to win this? 1 influence, you know, 1 influence could be pretty nice for me, to be honest. Spice Hunter to still suits. I would like to get this Great Flat. Never mind. Never mind. Okay. Let's do this. We'll get that alliance. Get a couple of water. I think I'll hold off on deploying troops for now because I am going to be... You know, I'll be going to one of these spaces somewhere, I think. So we'll just pass for now. See what everybody else does. I'm sitting on a lot of water, which is pretty cool. It's going to give me some options for research stations. It's going to give me some options for spice. All right, Beast hitting up another Mentat. Baron now getting Swordmaster. It looks like everyone now has the Swordmaster. What do I want to do here? I think it might just be fold space to fold space. I want to get more access in my deck, and that's kind of the only way that I can do it, I think. So let's just do it. Ilban hits up Research Station. Okay, I was considering it myself, but that's not going to happen now. I don't think it would have been a great move for me, but it was something I was thinking about. How bad does Beast want in on this conflict, I wonder? Not badly, but wants to get a little taste in. Okay, Baron is going for Hayliner, so I guess I'm glad I waited to put in my troops. Wow. Okay, so he's trying to get the Guild Alliance, I guess, right now. So the power play bumped him up 2 spots on the Guild track. If he wins this conflict, he can go up 1 more and get the Alliance, which is... I mean, it's a kind of a nice move. Doesn't have to throw in all the troops, could just throw in a couple and see if it's good enough. Okay, decides to go with 3, which is probably good enough. Now, what exactly do I want to do? I think I want to go to Carthag. I wouldn't mind having an intrigue card right now and just kind of see what that does for me. Charisma. Okay, could come in handy. Do I want to throw in any? I could throw in a couple here, but it doesn't seem incredibly worthwhile, to be honest. So, do I put in 1? I'll put in 1. We'll see what 1 does for me. All right, Ilban grabs the High Council. That's going to draw him a card because of his Ruthless Negotiator. Whenever you pay Solari for the cost of a board space, draw a card. Beast with 2 agents remaining. 2 agents remaining and nobody else has any. This is a consistent pattern. Beast has been grabbing this Mentat like every round. Doesn't seem too interested in the High Council seat. Prioritizing just playing a bunch of agents. Okay, goes to Haga Basin. Aha. Okay, looks like Beast is fighting the Baron for this. I mean, Beast would love to get an alliance to power up his Signet Ring. Baron with 1 sword. Now Beast still has 4 cards in hand to reveal, 3 intrigue cards, so it seems like there's a pretty good chance that Black Shadow will prevail here. And I'm going to get my choice of 1 spice or 1 intrigue card with my little troop, which is all I was expecting. Now I can use Charisma to grab a Gurney here if I want. And I think I do. The other option is to hold on to it and just, you know, try to get a spice must flow with it, which is... You know... Honestly, that might be better at this point. I'm probably only going to get to use the gurney once, maybe twice. But I'm going to do it. I just want I want a good card in my deck. I want to get Gurney in here. Don't know that that was really the right move. But, you know, Gurney might help me win one of those later conflicts. You never know. So I'm going to do it that way. Okay, so here's the opulence again. That's 2 conspires. Which is pretty good. Yeah, I mean, it's 4 agents every round. Pretty nuts. Okay. Does he want to throw the troop in? He does. Liet Kynes here. Now, the Emperor bump could help me in terms of getting that point. The card is also, you know, it can generate a lot of persuasion. All right, I'm going to take an intrigue card. I think this could potentially be a bigger deal. Okay. All right, Siege of Carthage. Now, this is a pretty weird hand. I'd like to take that Mentat, but I don't have any Solari to do it. So maybe I just take this to Spice. What would I do with a Bindu suspension right now? You know, I'm not sure, but I do know I want 2 spice because that sets me up for a Hayliner next round. So we're just going to do that. Do I want to deploy troops? No. I'm going to save my troops up for next round. I think my plan here is dagger to Hall of Oratory, buy a Spice Must Flow, and then that's it. Like, just Hall of Oratory, reveal, get Spice Must Flow. Next round, I'm set up for Hayliner already. I've got the 6 Spice. We've got the Diplomacy ready to go. Now, I am acting last next round, so if somebody else can get to 6 Spice, they could potentially beat me to it. 6 intrigue cards. Oh my god. AR. Yeah, good eye. Okay, he's blocking secrets. Holy intrigue cards. Jeez, Louiso. Yesu Lueso. Sylvain, can you believe this guy? He's got 7 intrigue cards. C'est incroyable. C'est vraiment incroyable. It's incredible, he says. I really can't believe it, man. What a crazy amount of cards. Can somebody please steal some? Okay, Sylvain, relax. All right, well, this is the play for me. So I'd be surprised if Black Shadow decides to ever get the High Council seat at this point because of the opulence, right? He wants to have a lot of Solari on hand so that he can get points out of the opulence on reveal. He hasn't been able to get a point out of it yet. He's been using it to get a lot of Solari. Both times the opulence has gone to conspire. And, so he's sitting on 12. That's worth 2 opulence cash-ins if he doesn't use it for anything else. Only 1 troop? Yeah, well, he's got 7 intrigue cards. It's completely crazy. All right, so Liet Kynes gets snatched up by Ilban. There's a power play. It's looking pretty good for me next round conflict. I just hope it's a 2-pointer. That's what I want. I want a 2-pointer conflict that I can win. Now, the thing is, I may still not win it. With 7 intrigue cards on Beast, there's a good chance I just get blown out of the water by combat intrigues, which would be painful. But, I'm just going to have to give it a shot. Mentat, yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. I'm not feeling confident about my ability to win next round's conflict at all. So next round, Ilban is going to be player 1. So Ilban will have a chance to potentially go to secrets. Otherwise, Black Shadow might take it again. And I mean, it would be a rally troops. Yeah. Oh, man. This is not looking good. It's not looking good for my hopes and dreams. My poor hopes and dreams. I almost wonder if it's worth even going to Hayliner next round just because of how much. Oh, okay. Rapid mobilization. I mean, yeah, I might as well use it. How many is he going to throw in? Okay. All right. It's looking a little bit better for me next round, but still not amazing. There's the opulence. AR, maybe you have no access to go. To go where? I've got a diplomacy coming up, so I will be able to go to Hayliner. All right. Now, he also gets control of Carthage. So what's this battle going to be? It's the battle for Carthage. How did I know that was going to happen? Oh my god. Oh my goodness. How did I know? Okay, research station. That's a little painful because that's kind of what I would have liked to have done myself this round, I think. Aha. Bene Gesserit Alliance or Freeman Point? Yeah, Freeman Point. Okay. Look a little scary. Okay, there's a secret. Baron now sitting on a lot of intrigue cards. Black Shadow says, enjoy plans. So is he trying to tell us that the Baron just stole plans within plans? All right. Well, I have to do it. I don't have to do it immediately. Olivier, yeah, I don't love calling out what card it was that you gave to another player. Don't know if it's true or not either. Oh. Maybe I go her. No. You know what? I'm going to use the Bindu suspension now and just see what I get to help me decide. Pass your turn? No, I don't want to pass my turn. What do I want to do? I don't think I need to do the Hayliner yet. So I think maybe... let's do this. Put in one for now. Allied Armada, unfortunately, I don't have enough spice for it. But I might be able to get enough spice by the time it comes around, so this could be good. Hey, Matthew. Do I like it when viewers hop into your games, or do you prefer only randoms? I don't mind if viewers hop in. That's totally cool. As long as they don't watch the stream and play at the same time, it's all good. Okay, now... What sucks for me right now is if I want to get a spice must flow, then I can't also have the Allied Armada ready to go. I'm going to be short persuasion, right? So diplomacy to Hayliner leaves me with 1 spice, which means I'd have to send a Dune the Desert Planet somewhere to pick up more. Problem with that is if I do that, I'm going to be sitting on 8 persuasion instead of 9, which means I can't get spice must flow. Yeah, I do think that I have to do it that way. Oh, wait a minute. What's Baron up to here? I think I might as well pick up the 4 spice as well. To kind of help me get ready for another Hayliner potentially. So we'll do that. We will not deploy any troops, and we'll see what happens here. What just happened there? Ilban went to Siege Tabor. Okay. Beast going to Hall of Oratory. Probably that's going to be a spice must flow. Yeah, so it's going to be a Hayliner. I'm going to throw it all in. Hopefully I can win it with the Allied Armada. If I do, it's going to leave me at 8 points, and I have a feeling, well, you know what? I'm not actually sure about, all right, Baron now getting the Guild Alliance. Unfortunate. That was something I was hoping maybe I could get. It's going to be pretty tough to do at this stage. All right, so let's just see what happens here. In they go. In they all go. It's possible I could have kept some back. And maybe I should have, but maybe I should have, but you know what? 3 intrigue cards still over there. I mean, I do have this backing me up. Is what it is. It's really unfortunate I couldn't get a spice must flow at the same time now. That would have been very helpful. What do I have coming up? Wait, what's this? Reinforcements. Okay. Baron looking to get 3 spice out of that, I guess. I mean, he also does have 3 intrigue cards. Matthew, closest thing to getting professional commentary. Yeah, I can understand that. It's fun to have commentary on your games for sure. And I'm happy to provide that service. Well, unfortunately, that is that. Do I want Worm Riders for some reason? I do have the Freeman Alliance. So I don't know. It's probably never even going to matter, given how many rounds are left in this game. Whatever. I'll take it just for fun. Ooh, shifting allegiances. Olivier, you think it's fishy? No, I don't think he's watching this stream. I really don't. He knows the game really well, and I don't think he thought I was going to go to Hayliner. I think he thought I was hanging on to the spice. I had the troop in that I was going to surprise him with this instead. Okay, Baron going for second place there. All right, good enough. Also, you know, if he were watching this stream and knew I had Allied Armada, why would he say, oh, I feel like you've got Allied Armada, you know? I don't think so. All right, well, the good news is I won the conflict. I got control of Carthag, not that that really matters. I mean, maybe the 1 Solari could matter. The battle for Imperial Basin is upon us, and I burned all of my units there. Again, could I have held a couple back? Should I have? Perhaps. But I did not. So that's just how it is. I think I really want to hit Research Station. Nice hand. Yeah, it's pretty rough. So the Research Station will help a little bit with that. Now I could theoretically Hayliner again, depending on what I get. Oh, look at that. Now I still have an Emperor point to get. The Bene Gesserit point I think is kind of a lost cause at this stage. So I have a few different ways of potentially getting to 10 points. Obviously winning this conflict would help. All right, step 1. Got to do this. Alternatively, step 1 no, I don't have the Solari. Okay, I have to do this. Oh my god. Oh my god. Is that real? Is that real?
According to our calculations, sir, it is in fact real.
Well, I don't care what's real. I want you to change it and do it now or you're gone. You're out of here. Change it. Make something else real or you're gone.
But sir, we don't have the power to alter reality.
What am I paying you for? Get out of here. All right. So what in the world do I do with this? Honestly, what do I do with this? I don't even have the Freeman bond on this. Not that it really matters. Oh my God, this is awful. This is brutal. The daggers can't do anything for me. I could get a Hall of Oratory. Great. Well, okay. Here's the play. Okay, here's the winning move. I go to Hall of Oratory to get one troop. Then I use the Dune the Desert Planet to go somewhere to deploy that troop. Then I have the Allied Armada to secretly win the conflict. There we go. I discovered the move. There's a sword there too. Okay. This is just so hurtful to me. Get money and try to go Mentat. That's another option. Yeah, that might be a better option. The Mentat might get taken, though. Oh. I could throw in 2 troops with the Spice Hunter. Yeah, that's another option. I don't want to do the Mentat thing just because it could easily get taken by one of these guys and then I'm really in trouble. Okay, so this is the move here. I don't have to worry about collecting spice because the spice must flow is going to get me the spice I need for the Allied Armada. So the Spice Hunter to Hardy Warriors, I can throw in 3. And then maybe the Allied Armada puts me over the top? And maybe. I could do a Mentat now as well. That's true. But what would that get for me? Unfortunately, Gurney doesn't really help. Fold space. What would fold space do for me? Gurney helps for persuasion, but not really. Oof. Already up to 9 points here. Because Gurney gives me 2 persuasion, but wait a minute. Is there any... Is there any point in my even doing this Hardy Warriors move at this point now? I don't think so. Yeah, I could get, yeah, if it's Gurney, then I can get Spice Must Flow. So that's what I have to try. It's fold space, okay, but I can use that to get the Spice Must Flow. And that'll get me a point here with wealth. Ilban coming in with the Hardy Warriors. Interesting. Ah, the sleeper must awaken. Well, yeah, I mean, that's basically that. I mean, I'm still gonna wait a minute. I can get to 10 points here. So I might win on the spice tiebreaker. Ooh. Sir, we've managed to change reality. We feel like we may have a shot at it. Well, this better work or it's your ass. Ooh, Sylvain! Sylvain! Ooh. Whew. Okay, so Teravangian gets 2 points here, but look at that. 10, 10, 10. Plans within plans. Oh no, endgame. Okay. Woo. Woo. That was, I think that's the first time I've seen that 10, 10, 10. Wow. What a close finish there. That was, whew. That was exciting. That was very exciting. I didn't know how that was going to go. Managed to just barely get there. Just barely. All that spice ended up helping out quite a bit. Well, what a game. What a game. Yeah, well played to Black Shadow, Teravangian, and Geel Sandwich. Everybody had a shot in that one for sure. Came down to the wire and managed to pull it off. What a fun game. And Memnon comes through once again. My boy, Memnon. Good old Memnon. Trusty old Memnon. When you need something done, call Memnon. Oh boy. Well, I don't usually do 3 games, but for some reason I'm feeling a little bit energized. Anybody in the mood for another one? You feel like watching another game here? Convince me. All right, all right. I'm being convinced. I'm being convinced. Janet Williams with the 3 spicy emotes. Everybody else cheering me on, getting me pumped up. It's a holiday weekend, is it? What's the holiday? All right, let's do it. Continue. Oh, Matthew, you were beast last week? Cool. All right, let's pop up another game here. Or wait, there's one here. Nah, I'll create one. Okay, let's change the color again. Let me go for a little bit of a red. Let me go for a little bit of a red here. All right. Game being created. Here it is. All right. All right, we've got Nurax, Teravangian, and Kakaro. Ooh. Okay, Kwisatz Haderach sitting here. Any thoughts on who you'd like to see me play? It's not going to be Leto. It's not going to be Memnon. Maybe I'll go for an Ilbanian. Ariana has been selected already. All right, I'm going to go Ilban. Played Paul last week. Paul would be a good one. I mean, you know, I think Paul is good for potentially getting extra cards and stuff. Hey, Black Shadow, thanks for tuning in. Close game, and I'll see you next time. Leto. Yeah, you know what? I think Teravangian is like hate picking Leto on me here because he's going to have priority on the Mentat over me 3 out of 4 rounds of the game. Wait, that's not true. When Kakaro... No, I'm going to have... Sorry, I had it backwards. I'm going to have priority over him most of the time, right? Wait. No. No, he has priority over me. Okay, that's a little painful. But it is what it is. Let's see how things go here in this early round. All right, well, let's grab some wealth. Yeah, there was no real way for me to try to get the Kwisatz Haderach, I don't think. I'm trying to think. Maybe if I'd gone to Eric, no, I don't think so. Not with the Seek allies in hand. Gary, the art in the game is fantastic. Yeah, I think the art is pretty good in this game. Luis Burgos, nice to see you. Anyone here plays ranked? I know that there is like a Discord where people have like a sort of a private, well, not private, like anyone can join it, I think, but like in the sense that it's just like, you know, community run ranked sort of system. I haven't tried it. It sounds interesting, but yeah, I just haven't tried it out. I feel like it might be hard to get games, maybe not. I should try it sometime just to see. All right, so people are in on this conflict big time. They want to get some spice to sell, which I understand. Okay. Signet ring to where? I think I'm just going to do a Carthag. Okay, there's a private army. How bad do I want this? The 2 spice would be kind of cool, but I'm just going to pass on this one. Hey, Rusty's Pit. Good to see you. Thank you for becoming a member of the channel. I thanked you earlier. I don't think you were here, but glad to see you made it. Which Discord channel is it? Let me see. It's called Strategy Arena. Here, I'll put a link in the chat here, so you can check it out if you want. Whoops, hold on. Whoops, hold on a second. That's the link to the Strategy Arena Discord. I have nothing to do with it. I haven't checked it out myself. Can't comment on it really, but feel free to check it out. Okay, Power Play is there. Let me just grab that right away. Matthew, yeah, I would like, honestly, getting second in the conflict would be totally fine for me. The issue is it's pretty hard to aim at it right now with 2 troops and 2 troops. If I threw in 2 myself, I might end up with like 3rd or nothing. If I throw in 3, I might get 1st or 2nd. Also, just in terms of the turn order, Leto is going to go before me next round. And so he has first crack at Sel Melange anyway. So it just, there were too many variables there that I didn't feel great about. So I'm choosing to hold on to my troops for now. All right, Cloak and Dagger is the next conflict. Yeah, so there's Leto going to Sel Melange right here. I might consider diplomacy into High Council. We'll see. I'm going to do the diplomacy to wealth first. And then we'll see what happens next. If secure contract is there, then I'll take it. Oh, by the way, Ariana got the carry-all, which is like ideal. Early carry-all in Ariana is fantastic. So Countess Ariana Thorvald is a spice addict. When you harvest spice, gain 1 spice less and draw a card. So this thing doubles the base spice when you harvest spice on those desert spaces. So it really helps her out a lot. Because you double the spice, then -1 and draw a card. A lot of spice out there now. Secure contract is looking pretty good. I'm imagining that, yeah, Swordmaster's getting picked up by Leto here. And Leto can potentially pick up the High Council seat this round as well. Huge round 2 for Taravangian. All right, well, I'm going to do it so that I'm ready for my Swordmaster next round. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of great things to do here. The one persuasion, the assassination mission is not a terrible thing for me right now, since I'm still going to be in the market for Solari for the High Council seat. Yeah, Swordmaster ASAP for sure. As for the Kwisatz Haderach, I mean, it's going to depend on, you know, what I draw and everything, but right. So Leto had an incredible start to this game right now. All right, well, we'll take the assassination mission. I'll take it. Look at the cards. My goodness. Chome Directorship. Kwisatz Haderach. Pretty big. All right. They end up tying for second place, which is nice for the rest of us, I suppose. All right. So I don't have to do the Swordmaster immediately. I can think about doing some other things first. For example, I can grab some spice, and that will open up A selective breeding to get rid of this assassination mission. That's kind of an interesting move for me. I'm going to put in a couple of troops. We'll see what comes of it. Hey, Milos. Good luck in decision making and card draws. I mean, that's really what it comes down to, isn't it? Decision making and card draws is pretty much the whole game. So, yeah, if I have good luck in both of those, then I'm set. So, yeah, I think it's going to be dagger to swordmaster, then diplomacy to selective breeding, get rid of the assassination mission, and that's going to leave me with 5 Solari. So next round, hopefully I can get the High Council. I'm also going to draw a card by going to Swordmaster, so we'll see what that does. These 2 troops not looking so great at the moment. All right, let's grab the Swordmaster. We're going to draw a card from the Ruthless Negotiator. It's another dagger. Maybe that ends up helping. We'll see. Infiltrate. Okay, where does Nurax want to go? Oh yeah, Swordmaster, obviously. Okay, nice. That worked out really well. Next round, I have no green access. You're right. I drew my dagger, which was the only one I had. Well, the thing is, though, I'm going to go selective breeding, so I'm going to draw a couple of cards. So my deck will get reshuffled next round. Alternatively, I guess I could just not do the selective breeding and wait, do it with the power play. That could make more sense. I'll get an extra Solari out of that. Also an extra sword. Yeah. That might make more sense. So, what do I want to do with this diplomacy instead then? Maybe still suits, just kind of trying to get that going. Well, that's not going to happen. Secrets, I guess. It's going to put me on track for that alliance potentially then. Or a fold space. I mean, even wealth is not bad. Having the Solari helps a lot in terms of getting to Mentats. I'm feeling fold spacey. So, yeah. We'll just have to see what kind of stuff I draw next round when I go power play selective breeding. I'm hoping I can end up with second in this conflict. Leto taking firm grip. That's a nice card for Leto. Also going to Mentat here. All right, so I reveal. Leto knows he's beat for second at the moment. At the moment, I'm actually tied for first. We'll see how that goes. Recruiter, no, it's going to be a liaison, definitely, with everything going on here. Also, it almost just is always liaison, for me anyway. The recruiter can be handy in certain situations. It's something I pick up on the Baron sometimes if I haven't triggered my Master Stroke yet. I have this private army. It's an interesting idea. It kind of messes with my plans for next round, though. I mean, it's potentially a victory point. There's 8 persuasion on Leto. Okay, he goes for the Chom directorship. I'm going to wait to see if Beast has anything. No. Okay. Get a couple of water here. So this is one of those inflection points where that was definitely a move I could have made. You know, that was basically a victory point there that I decided not to take for 2 spice. Now, I didn't know that. Potentially the beast could have, you know, beaten me to it. Now, there goes my whole purpose. Okay. So my whole goal was to get the High Council seat this round. It's not going to happen now. Do I still go to selective breeding? I think I do still do it. But I'm not so sure. Discard a card. Well, I can lose a Dune the Desert Planet. Hey, Olaf. Yes, this is a game 3. I'm doing a rare 3rd game here. Looks like Leto's going to be getting a Kwisatz Haderach here too. Dear goodness me. Well, I'm still going to go through with this. We'll see what's available. I'm tempted by this bunch of spice here if it's there when my turn comes around. Beast is probably going to pick up Swordmaster, so I think that spice will be there. Yeah. Helena, Helena's a nice card or a nice leader to have sometimes when you see everyone else picking up big cards. But you can't always get it. Counselor's Dispensation. Okay. I wonder why Nurax decided to cash that in right now. So is it going to be an early reveal from Leto, or does he have enough persuasion that he can still actually do things? Okay, Mentat, yeah. Huh. Well, I mean, there's 2 free spice just sitting here. So I think I'll do that rather than this 4, and I'll see if I can snag that later. Do I want to get involved with this? Honestly, I'm not terribly excited by it, so I'm going to pass here. The Endo-Spartan. Hey, how you doing? How has Bludgeon played so far? Well, I guess that's not a question for me, so I'll let the chat answer that one. Hey, gameplay walkthroughs. Good to see you. No High Council. Yeah, I've gotten blocked on the High Council. I think there might have been a round where I didn't have access to it. Another round where I got blocked. I prioritized getting Swordmaster as well. There was a round I could have gotten it. I could have had it round 3, I guess, actually, because Leto picked up Swordmaster and High Council round 2. Maybe I could have taken it round 2. Yeah, I think I could have taken it round 2 if I really wanted to, but if I'd done that, it would have been a while. You know, I wouldn't have a Swordmaster right now. So yes, Kwisatz Haderach is available for now, but it's not going to be available for long because I'm pretty sure Leto will be snagging it. All right. Well, I think I'll just take this this spice. Let's just take it. And I still don't want to deploy any troops. We'll just let that go. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Or is it still not yet? Is he so flush with persuasion as the persuasive, charismatic leader that he is? I'm going to do something really stupid. Okay. Let's see. I'm really curious to see what this is. Arakeen? That doesn't seem very stupid to me. Like there's basically no chance that I have a persuasion here. But I guess maybe he was gambling. If he happened to draw a dagger or something, maybe he would have been in trouble. Okay. Do I want a Gunthopter or do I want an Imperial Spy and a Liaison? I think I want an Imperial Spy and a Liaison. Two Sardaukar Legions sitting here. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, okay, so that was a gamble potentially. Hey, Karadovsky. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Welcome. Oh, no, okay, they don't tie. So Nurox takes first, grabs the Mentat. Okay. What am I up to here? Well, I don't know. I might be screwed off of the High Council again because Kakaro may take it right now. So that'll be frustrating if it happens. But, you know, we'll have to wait and see. I have a diplomacy. I have a fold space. I'm still nowhere with the Freeman. So I would like to get that going. Ah, no, no. Ah. Oh, this High Council seat is very elusive for me this game. But, you know, it happens. So that's just how it goes sometimes. What's the last card in my deck? It's a dagger. All right. Well, I think it's got to be a still suits. This might be the time I use the private army, so I actually am going to deploy the troops this time. I'm not sure I'm going to end up using all of my agents. I don't know. Curious to see if somebody's going to go to Hardy Warriors. If they don't, I could theoretically go, you know, Dagger to Hall of Oratory. Then I could go to Hardy Warriors myself, throw in that troop along with those two. And then maybe I don't even need the private army. Okay, well, the Hardy Warriors happens. So he only threw in 2 troops, though. That's pretty confident. I mean, he has 3 intrigue cards, so probably has a few combat intrigues, and or he's planning to visit another combat space anyway, so might as well just wait. That's probably what's going on. So it seems kind of unlikely I'm going to be able to take this. Probably Mentat is the play, or even rally troops, actually. Although, if I rally troops, it's going to make it harder for me to get the High Council seat next round. The good news is everyone else already has their High Council seat. So there's no one that's going to be blocking me from it anymore. I don't think there's any voices out there. I think I'll be good. Okay. Now, do I Mentat immediately or use my diplomacy while I still have a good place to use it? Oh, Mentat's gone. Right. True. All right. If I rally troops, can I win this conflict? Maybe. But maybe. I don't know if I want to go that hard on it. I'm just going to do this. So I can right now add 7 strength to the conflict, taking me to 11. There's a chance. I think it's pretty low. Beast goes to Hall of Oratory, not putting in more troops. Okay, well, the chances have just increased by a lot. I like that. I like that a lot. I guess I might as well rally troops at this point. But, like, maybe I need every strength I can get. Rallying troops will also draw me a card. Is that something I necessarily want? Could get me a Sardaukar Legion. I could Mentat just to draw a card as well. It's a little nuts. I'm gonna do it. I'm going to do it. It slightly reduces my chances of winning this conflict, but it's a pretty big waste of an agent if I don't do it. It also brings me up to 5 persuasion, potentially getting me a decent card. Now, it means I'm no longer ready for the High Council seat, but I should be able to get back there. AR, what are you saying? Sorry. Secret card 1 troop. 0 swords on beast. Interesting. Okay. So this feel pretty good about this. Now Ariana is in there as well with 3 intrigue cards and 5 cards still to reveal. So we'll see what happens there. Leto reveals, but not a part of the conflict. Oh, Carthag. Yeah. Shifting allegiances, pretty big deal. All right, so we reveal with a sword. That puts the pressure on Beast to need to play an intrigue card. Maybe I don't even need to play one myself. We're going to take the Sardaukar Legion, or rather, we're going to take a Sardaukar Legion and see how that works out. Could help me get the Imperial Alliance. All right, so is Ariana going to go hard on this? Probably, right? I would if I were her. Okay. She's not going super hard, but, you know, could be enough in her mind. So I will have to play the private army, but I'll be happy to do so. Now it's still not. It still could not be enough, right? I mean, she has 3 intrigue cards, so it wouldn't. Honestly, it wouldn't take much to defeat this, but I am going to try. I'm going to try. And we'll see. Ooh. All right. It worked. Okay, it worked. Victory point and control of Carthag comes through. That's great news for me. We now have the Siege of Arakeen. Okay, lots of interesting cards to play this round. Probably it's going to start with the Imperial Spy, then the High Council seat. Well, the High Council seat could be last. But those are 2 things I'm going to want to do. Aha. Yeah, look at those intrigue cards. Discard a card. You test of humanity. I should also maybe consider setting the fold space to still suits. But you know what? I'm not going to do it. I'm going to do this first, and I'm going to leave open the possibility of even hardy warriors on this. I am going to trash this card, get myself an intrigue card. Okay. All right. It's not very powerful, but it might matter. And sometimes that 10 spice tiebreaker can come in handy. Not too often, but it happens. Now, next round is round 7. I'm going to be the first player. I don't have 6 spice right now. And I might not have a guild card coming up. So that's something I do have to think about. Nurak's sitting on a load of spice, so she's ready for a Hayliner next round if I don't do it. Huh. So honestly, I'm considering actually not getting the High Council seat right now because it's not going to do anything super for me this round anyway. I mean, it's nice to have for future rounds, but maybe I need to prioritize picking up this 2 spice while I can. And then kind of seeing what happens. Maybe it's a fold space to Hardy Warriors to potentially win this conflict. Okay. I was also considering going to fold space myself. Take 1 water, and then the spice is definitely another option. There's a crazy world where I actually don't play the fold space to try to increase my chances of drawing it next round. Now that I can't fold space to fold space, the only card that can take me to Hayliner is Diplomacy. So if I avoid using the fold space right now, I kind of double my chances of getting one of those cards. It's a bit of a weird play, but it is something to think about. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to throw in a couple of troops. And I'm going to leave my options open right now. We'll see what I end up doing. It could be a liaison to one of these spots to throw in a few more. Now, they may be gone by the time my turn comes around. Liaison to a Mentat could also be good, or even another Rally Troops at this point. And that will draw me a card as well, getting them out of the way for, you know, increasing my chances of drawing the Hayliner access card. I'm putting a lot into this idea of starting off with a Hayliner next round, but I'm still keeping open the option of a Hardy Warriors play here. Yeah, Mentat draws me 2 cards and starts me with a fresh deck. Exactly. Exactly right, Olivier Demi. Okay, there's the Kwisatz Haderach 2 secrets. Yeah, so I think the Hardy Warriors move, I mean, it has some pluses to it, right? It gets me the point with Freeman now. It unlocks the Siege Tabber for the future. I would throw in 6 troops, but yeah, let's do this. I mean, I can still do it, but I don't want to, right? Because the fold space, I really want to get reshuffled. So it's going to be a Dune the Desert Planet to secure contract. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's going to be an early reveal. So I have to get lucky and draw the diplomacy or the fold space. Although, you know what? Early reveal and I buy a guild bankers and that's another chance at a guild access card. So that's actually not bad. I feel like it's a reasonable chance at it. All right. So here we go. I'm just going to reveal. We're going to take the guild bankers, putting another guild access card in the deck. And you know, 3 cards out of 14. I just need to, I'm drawing 5 cards. I only need 1 of them. 14, choose 3. I forget how that math works, but it's reasonable. Okay, so what are the odds of my getting, I'm drawing 5 times. Each time I have to not draw it. So it's like, yeah, watch the round 7 just be like the influence one. Yeah. Not even a 2-point conflict. Could definitely happen. No, not going to use the tiebreaker here. ambush comes out. It's interesting to me that nobody else decided to throw in a lot more than that. So it looks like at the moment, if I had gone to Hardy Warriors, well, hold on. I didn't even have the water to do it. What am I talking about? What am I talking about? What's he talking about? Still not doing it. All right, so it's looking like third place, a couple Solari. You know, I'll take it. All right, so let's see how this goes. What's the conflict going to be? What am I going to draw? It's a 2-pointer. And I missed. Oh. Oh, I missed. Well, Mentat and pray that they missed as well? Yeah, I guess so. Let's do it. Okay, so there's one. But I don't feel yeah. Yeah. All of those plans. I want to calculate the odds of missing. I think I know how to do that. So the first card I draw, it's a I don't know. Maybe I'll do the math later. But if somebody knows how to do that math, I'd love for somebody to tell me what the odds were. There were 3 cards in the deck. I had 14 cards in the deck. So it's an 11 out of 14 chance times a 10 out of 13 chance times a 9 out of... And you keep going until you do that 5 times, and that's the odds, I think. Concerned scientist. Conspire, then conflict space. Well, yeah, conspire would get me... I could go to conspire with Sardaukar Legion and just like get like 6 troops into my garrison. AR 21%. Thank you. 21% chance of drawing none of them, right? All right. I don't know that I love the conspire play, to be honest. It gets me a lot of troops, but it burns my spice, and I don't have enough rounds to actually put all those troops in. I possibly should have actually sent the Sardaukar Legion to Mentat. I don't know. Well, I'm going to do it this way. We'll get the alliance, get a bunch of troops. I wonder about these bankers. Are they going to be able to get me a Spice Must Flow here? I don't really have great ways of drawing cards at this point. I could draw... How many cards do I have? Okay, I have 6 troops left in the supply, so I could... Well, I could still High Council, honestly. Maybe I should... Yeah, I kind of feel like getting a High Council seat. Maybe that lets me get a Spice Must Flow with the bankers. And potentially future Spice Must Flow. Alliance stolen now. Taravangian stealing that. From Kakaro. The other option is I could send the bankers to Fold Space. And try to get that alliance. But, okay, I need 6. If I do that, I go 4. Then I'm at 6. It means I actually can't... Well, I am going to draw a card. Okay, I'm going to do this right now. See what I draw. I want this done. What do we get? A dagger? Oh, that's not great. Okay. Oh, that's cool. Very nice. Okay. So I think it's just going to be dagger to Hall of Oratory. And then get a Spice Must Flow. I think that's about all I can do. Ooh, rapid mobilization. Wow. Okay, well, I'm glad I didn't really try to fight for that. It's kind of bad news. I would prefer Ariana to get 2 points at this point than Beast, but what are you going to do? All right. Well, yeah, I'm kind of just set up for. Well, Leto wants in on this now. I mean, the spice is good to get, but is it worth throwing in 3 troops? Maybe he has staged incident. Okay. Yeah, let me just do this. It's about all I can do right now. All right, so I'll be at 7 points at the end of this round. I've got a floating point here with the Freeman. That's kind of about it as far as influence goes. I'm not likely to grab an alliance, at least not next round. So hopefully I can win next round's conflict if it's a good one. All right, so its spice must flow, and that's going to be it. Yeah, I could acquire a card. Maybe I'll turn that warning off at some point. Yeah, it is a staged incident. No scout, Olivier. You know, I did pick up a scout on last week's stream. I'm not sure which game it was. I'm not sure if it was in the Paul Atreides game that went up on the channel, or if it was in, I think, the Baron game that I played afterwards that that I didn't put up. But all right, Beast does end up winning that one. Taravangian is now at 8 points. How did that happen all of a sudden? Yikes. Okay, well, this is great news. It's great news that it's Battle for Carthag. I do have access, so I just have to hope. I mean, look at these, though. Look at all the spice. So I have to hope that they can't go there, which is, you know, could happen. But it didn't. But it didn't. Okay, so, so what I want to do is, I think I want to go to Siege Tabor, throw in a bunch of troops there, then hopefully Hardy Warriors, throw in a bunch more. I think that's what I have to try to do. But yeah, I did pick up the scout. I had said a couple weeks ago, maybe a few weeks ago, that I was going to force myself to buy a scout and try it out. I did. Oh yeah, I can't go to Siege Tabor. Ah. Right. Okay, so I guess I'd have to go to Still Suits then. I did try out the scout. It didn't really come into play too much. I think I might have had like one round where I kind of made use of it. Dune, the Desert Planet, is the card I will draw with Fold Space. Everybody else has water, so there's a reasonable shot somebody else decides to do Hardy Warriors, but at least nobody else has a garrison. Maybe use the diplomacy. Why? I'm going to do it this way. Throw in some troopular units. Oh, I see why. Yeah. Because the fold space can go to any space on the board. Yeah. Okay, troops are being rallied. So that's going to be... That means it's going to be 3 more troops put in for Ariana, likely. So that's going to be 16 strength. Nine points already on Leto. This is not good news. This is not good news. Can anyone steal an alliance away? Wow. Leto had 0 influence with 2 factions, but sitting on 9 points. Interesting. Okay. Oh yeah, Beast is one with 0 influence, right. I got confused with the colors there. Well, Beast is out of water, so he can't go to Hardy Warriors right now. I was even considering, like, maybe leaving it open for him so he could take that alliance away. Can I fight this? If I go to Hardy Warriors, that's +4. So I'll have 7 troops, 14 strength. I'd have to go somewhere else to throw in 3 more, which is maybe doable. Ooh. What's the shifting allegiances going to be? Doesn't use it. Interesting. Question is, which one do I do first? Because I only have a couple of spots that I can send the liaison to. Ariana might be able to go to Hardy Warriors theoretically. So I think I have to do that. I think I have to do that. Yeah, I definitely should have used the diplomacy instead of the fold space earlier. I'm doing it this way. I'm doing it that way. I'm taking a bet that it's going to be harder for... Yeah. Blew it. It was a gamble and it didn't pay off, but there was two parts to it. The other reason was getting Arakeen potentially opened up a spice must flow. It didn't work. But I can still go here. That is another combat space. I can throw in 2 more troops there. Which maybe works. Or I dagger to Hall of Oratory and buy a Spice Must Flow and hope for the best. If I go here, I can Mentat. Yeah, I can Mentat. What does that do for me? Maybe it lets me do both things. Let's try it. Okay. Okay. So that's going to let me do both. It reduces my chances of actually winning, though. But you know what? It lets me see what Ariana has on reveal here. So it gives me a bit of information. Zero swords. Okay. There are still 2 intrigue cards. Ah. All right. So that's not happening. All right. In that case, I guess I go to secrets. Or no, maybe I go to fold space because I have a shot. Oh, okay. I mean, I guess I go to secrets and just hope for some kind of crazy miracle. Well. AR, take 2 other card and hope for 2 spice must flow. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Oh, like selective breeding? That would have been... Yeah, maybe. Could I have done it? I don't know if I had the persuasion in my deck to actually make that work. Well, I ended on 21 spice. I mean, that's something. Congratulations to Teravangian with Duke Leto Atreides. It was a close game there. Everybody was in it, but couldn't quite pull it off. Well done. All right, great game. That is going to do it for the stream tonight. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're not already. You can follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/bludgeon. And if you just can't get enough, feel free to become a member, just like Makar Chudra here, one of our lovely members on the channel. Yes, you tuned in, unfortunately, just for the end of it. I even played an extra game, which I don't usually do. But we will see you next time. I hope everyone has a great one. And once again, thank you for hanging out. It's always a great time. All right, that's it. Take care, everybody. We will see you next time. Bye.